stream going again. There's always that bit of delay. So waiting on chat to confirm that I'm live, and until then, I'm just gonna get myself some coffee. Oh wow, cool. That was nice and fast. Sometimes the delay between my pre-stream and the actual stream proper takes a little bit, but today it was quick, so that's nice. Let me get situated here. Oh, cool. All right, so let me just kick this off like I usually do. So hey everybody, I'm Joshua. Today is February 8th, 2017, and today, like always, I'm working on my video game Delver, which you can see the website for behind my head. It's delvergame.com, and there you can get all kinds of info about the game if you're interested. So if you want to support us, we are in early access on Steam. You can pick us up there, which we appreciate, or you can get it through the Humble widget, which should also get you a Steam key. If you want to wait for us to actually release the game at a full version 1.0, I also get that. That's cool. Early access isn't for everybody, but the folks who have supported us and give us feedback is greatly appreciated. I guess if you don't know what Delver is, let me give you a quick explanation. Delver is a procedural fantasy dungeon crawler with roguelike and first-person shooter elements. Yeah. Let me think. Since I just recently, so this is actually my regular stream day. I used to do only Sundays as a regular stream, and then whenever I could, but I worked Wednesday into my schedule. So let me see. Let's actually, I'm not going to do a weekly preview, a weekly review. I'll save that for Sunday. But let's go ahead and look at some of the crazy stuff I have been working on. I did tease it out a little bit. Let me just fire up, close that. Let me. So for this update, we are scheduling the update to come out hopefully in March. Looks like we're on target so far. And we are doing a big push for Steam workshop support. We do have a level of workshop support right now. We're working on making sure that experience is good. I'm really excited for folks to be able to share out the mods they do make. And let me think. And to help with some of the folks who are new to the modding scene, I'm making some example mods. So I will show off some of the example mods right now. So the one I was using yesterday is the gun mods. And even though Delver is a fantasy game, for a while now we've actually had firearm support in the code base. It goes back to a few years ago, Chad participated in the 7-day first-person shooter jam, and he made a game called Boarding Party using the Delver engine, and a side effect of that is we got gun code, and now I am creating an example mod showing you how to actually use the thing. So right now, if you right-click, you can go place entity guns, and you get a couple of like there's the gun wand, and then there's the shotgun wand, and place entity guns ammo. So what this does is it gets you a pretty basic idea of how to do it, right? So you can got your wand, and this is basically it's a hit scan weapon. And then this one is a shotgun style weapon, so it just has multiple hit scan rays being cast, so like that. So all I'm doing really is for my stuff is I am just adding a little bit of art to it and then a little bit of tweaking of some values. But yeah, so here you see I have a shotgun and some shells and a box of shells, and this just works by you set the ammo type to shell, and then here in the item stack you see the stack type to shell, and then it just works. And then over here for the revolver uses an ammo type of bullet, and then of course the bullet stacks have the stack type of bullet. And that way you can create as many different weapon types as you want. Yeah, and then it's just been really fun for me just to kind of put together um, these examples. And another thing too, is you notice with the shotgun example, I've actually changed the weapon to be a more traditional or even more retro style position for the held item. So it's like straight in the center, and I added a little recoil to it, so you can it does what you expect it to do. And I tweaked this a little bit too. Even 2 to 2 damage is a lot. I think typically I might balance this out to it does 1 to 1, 1 to 2 points of damage per shot, because even that's still what that does is allows you to wing people without outright killing them, which I think is a little bit more interesting than just always having it kill. And the revolver is also another semi-auto weapon, so it's just faster. You can squeeze a trigger, but it is certainly more accurate and it does way more damage. And Chad shored up the collision on the guns, so they work pretty darn well now. Like I can actually I should be able to shoot the bottles, which is cool. The bottles are just unbreakable. Nothing crazy there. You can look at the example mod and how I made them. But it's fun just to do crazy stuff. I don't have a good example of this yet, but maybe I should make one. Is for an auto weapon. Like you can take the shotgun, for example, and you can flip it over to automatic. And auto shotguns are always fun, right? And especially with no clip size, you can really just. Did I already use up all the shells? That was fast. Let me double check that, make sure things are working correctly. Yeah. It seems like I burned through those 25 shells pretty quick. Something must be up. Yeah. Oh, only 5 shells. What's going on? This should be... Oh, I changed the stack type because I accidentally hit D. There we go. Now we should have our crazy auto shotgun back. There we go. Again, this is totally overpowered and not quite fit for Delver, but I'm really excited to get it into folks' hands and see what kind of craziness they make. If you are interested, I do have this stuff out in a public-facing repo. It is http://github.com/JoshuaSkelly/delver-example-mods, and I will paste it here in chat. Let me see. Yep, there's lots of cool chat going on in the chat channel. Hey everybody, thank you for stopping by. So Hemon says, can mods change player stats skills? Not really. I mean, you could create items that do that, but yeah, for the most part, it is pretty hard coded in the game. Yeah, the last time I was playing around with the gun in the last stream, as Maker Image is pointing out, that the boxes weren't reacting, they weren't behaving as you expect them to, and there was just some collision issues with the gun that Chad went through and he fixed. Oh, and that guy knocked the shotgun over my head. But yeah, now you can definitely shred the all the stuff that you should be able to shoot. You can certainly shoot to your heart's content. It just feels nice to have this giant, field of debris. But yeah, so again, that's out on my GitHub. If you won't be able to play around with that till the actual update is out. Or if we are thinking about working with some folks to get some an early version of the build out so folks can play around with it. Yeah, no, Dakota has been doing some save file hacking, but that doesn't really work well with the mod system. That's not something that the mod manager really knows how to deal with. You can hack your save files, but it's not a way to gracefully mod it. Okay, so that's just kind of showing off the guns for a little bit. So I'm debating today whether I probably work on my sci-fi dungeon stuff again because there was a bug with how the new the dungeon section system is working, and Chad has fixed that, so that should work just fine. So I'll work on that a little bit, and maybe I'll come back to the guns and make some sort of machine gun or something like that, just for fun. So let me go over to my example mods repo, and it lives out in a different branch. So there you go. Also, if you take a peek at the repo too, right now we have a character story pack example. We have this is a basic dungeon section template. So this is you can use this as a starting point for making new dungeon areas. This is of course the guns mod. And then I have two language packs in here. One is the English string language pack. This you can use as a starting point. So if you click on, I have a little README in here that tells you kind of what to expect for the localization stuff. And then my buddy Louis Carl provided us the French strings. So he's done a first pass. Basically, it's revealing the work that still needs to be done. But it's nice that you know we do have something to start like kind of reviewing what we have translated and what kind of quality it is. Boarding party 2. I don't know. I don't know. Working on finishing up Delver first. Okay, so I need to switch over. Okay, got to that correct branch, and then let me just pull in the content. Don't care about guns, but we do care about this. Copy. Cool. And then let me fire this up. No, you can certainly enemies, NPCs, all that good stuff. You can certainly create. Basically, if things exist in Delver, you can probably already do it. Like we give you the tools that we use to make the game. When you try to start doing things that we haven't done in Delver, then it becomes a little bit more dicey as to whether you can or can't do it. Let me see. So if you look at this, this is my little test level, which looks nice. I've been spending some time just making it look interesting. I think I have a good balance of contrast between the light and dark. I like the little lights. Actually, a good thing to do would be to hook up the. Let's talk about gen infos, and let's talk about the tile painter today, because those are things I haven't covered yet, and they could certainly be helpful with the work I'm doing on this. So let's cover those two topics today at least. So what are they and what do they do for us? So let's take a look. Let's fire open Visual Studio Code, and I just like this because it's just an easy way to look at a project based around a file structure, a file structure. So, and Chad says also tile data would be a useful topic. Maybe. Maybe I'm misunderstanding tile data. Can you? Which file is that, Chad? Can you clarify real quick? Tiles. Ooh, yeah, I haven't really dug too much into this. So that would also be a good thing to play around with too. Yep. Yep. Actually, I haven't really played around with this file that much. Maybe that's a mistake. So yeah, so let's cover. Yeah, let's cover that. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's also just add a tiles.dat to our project, right? So I'm just going to begin by copying that and go to Sublime Text and create it. I'm just going to paste it in here. I'm going to treat it like JSON, and it's going to give me all kinds of errors, but that's okay. What I want to do is select all the commas, put a carriage return after them. I want to select all the colons, and then I want to quote all that stuff. I want to quickly jump through Control H. I want to replace all the double quotes with single quotes. Okay, I want anything that starts with com.interrupt. I want to quote. And I think now we should have well-formed JSON. Let me just throw this through a JSON validator? JSON lint. Sure. Validate JSON. Oh, yeah, that should be. So, yeah, hold on. Actually, I like the other one I was using better, but let me. So, JSON beautifier. So, what I need to do is this walk sound actually, the commas here should not be separated by new lines. Okay, because on some of these properties we will read in the value and then we'll split it on the commas. So let me just really quickly audit my sounds. Yep, same here. So again, I can. Let me just real quick just select all these. Control Shift L, home. There we go. Should be good. Nice. Okay, also, if there are any other values that aren't numeric, I can't remember if true is okay according to JSON. Yeah, let's just throw this in the JSON beautifier and see what we get, or the validator and see what we get. Invalid characters found. I thought I fixed all those. Apparently not. Process. Still. Okay, process. Cool. Copy to clipboard. And then let's go here. Let's go into the Dungeon Advanced. And that needs to live in the data folder, so new file. This needs to be called tiles.dat. Paste that in there. And okay, so let's go ahead and JSON. So this looks like tile data. This looks like to be the texture atlas, and these look to be the indices. But let me just go ahead and clean this up real quick. Just for the, is this T1? Yeah, for sewer. So I don't care. I don't want to redefine the sewer stuff, and I don't want to redefine the T1 stuff. So let me just again clean all this up. Make sure that's match all my. my brackets. That looks good. And then I need to basically, for my wall textures, I called them example. So I'll copy that. So this needs to be for example. And I don't want is water, but maybe maybe I want the light stuff. I think that's what we want, right? Light color. Let me go back to here, copy that again, paste it, look for light color. Let's copy this, and then, interesting. So I don't want the false. I don't necessarily want. Maybe this might not be the best way to do the light. I'm not sure. Um, a lot of this looks to be around. Let me just try, see if I can do it. Let's paste in light color. I'm not sure what map color is. What does that property do? Map color. Okay, it looks like this is just a struct. Find usages. Interesting. Oh, this might be actually for the mini map, if I were to assume anything. So I'll just leave this. I'll delete this out. So I'm just going to add a light. And for the time being, let's make it really super obvious by adding like a bright red light. Okay. Particle text. I don't think. Okay. So yeah, again, this is for liquid stuff. If you so if you jump into it, it creates those particles, which is good to know. But again, for this, if this is for the light, so the ambient sound might be super useful for adding like a light hum. So that would be cool, but I don't need flow text or edge text or particle text or flowing. Walk sound, I don't need to be water. Let me just try this, and then for my tile sheet, let me pop open. Where did Photoshop go? Photoshop. Okay, so here are the example tiles. Let's turn off the timeline. I don't need that. Okay, so it should be textures, but 0 through 15, so 15 and 11. So only 11 is the one that should have light. So 11, red, and waterfall. Do we have a better sound for that, maybe? All right, so here's the annoying part of the stream where I play audio and try to figure out ambience. Nope. Magic? Nope. Mm. That's really, really subtle. Yeah, I don't know if I have a good hum, like a electric hum. Oh well. So I think for the time being, I'll just leave ambient sound. Uh, I'll just get rid of that stuff just for the. I'll just get rid of the ambient sound for now. Actually, we'll just test to see if this even works. So Dakota says, "Do we plan on making any first-person view cutscenes before any battle?" Not really. That sounds expensive. And we don't like taking the player out of the player when playing Delver, if that makes any sense. Like if you're dead, then yeah, we pull the camera away from the player. But other than that, we try to keep you just in the game as much as possible. Um, so if I delete these lights, we still should get. No. Do I get any errors? So Chad, does the tile data actually? I mean, the tile data should work in the editor, right? Yeah, I don't know if the map should pause the game or not. Like, it is way more intrusive than it used to be. Um, we could render the map at an angle on a plane. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, we need to fix this too, Chad. Like for some reason, it doesn't default to the correct texture atlas. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That should be right. Just make sure that I actually copied the darn thing over. Yep, it's there. And tile data example 11. I can just copy this and paste it. Just leave it this one exactly alone. So make texture. Make the floor water is what that should do. Oh, only the floor text. Oh, interesting. Oh, because it was initially made for water and lava, and I bet you, if I put lava on the ceiling, it doesn't actually behave like lava. I bet you it behaves just like a static texture. So let's do something like we select the center of the room, and then we make the floor lava, make the upper walls lava, make the lower walls lava, and we make the ceiling lava. Yeah, so it looks like the ceiling and the walls are static because it doesn't actually apply to them. I'm not sure if the walls make sense, but the ceiling would be cool. Again, I'm pretty sure if I were to select this and say make the floor, then we lose all of our light and all that. Yep, cool. Yep. So there are always there's usually multiple ways to do any one thing. So I know for a fact that the gen infos certainly work on the ceiling, so we'll do it that way. So let's go back to our project, and for the time being, um, this could be useful. Let me just go ahead. I think I can just leave it as a. So if I leave this as an empty object, this won't create problems, will it? Just so it could be there if I need it. Let me just test that real quick. Actually, let me just do a new text document. Let's just call this copy.bat. And edit. Uh, looks like I want the /y option. So copy copy as path. Copy as path. I think I need to copy that to the mods folder. /y. Save. Let me delete this. System cannot find the file. It might not like copying a directory. Is it xcopy? I think is what I want. Yeah. So edit xcopy. 0 files copied. Sorry, folks. I'm just gonna figure this out real quick so I can just use this batch file just to copy over the stuff, and so I'm less likely to forget. Source files. \E. So Chad is pointing out that I should be able to put lights on the floor. Let me just find this. Let me just look it up real quick. Xcopy all files. Oh. Is it /I? Yeah, yeah, I'll fiddle around with this later. I'll just, for now, I'll just copy manually. Oh, my mods folder's gone now. Interesting. Oh well. File open, mods, levels, test level, load. Yep, it looks like it doesn't break anything to have just an empty tile data. Chad was pointing out that I should be able to put them on the floor, so if I do undo, 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 and then so just delete this one, so we have just that. And we put it on the floor, we should get floor lights. Not super useful, but just to verify this tile data is actually being correctly loaded is probably a good thing. So G to grab textures, floor, example, light, and then light, and it creates a red light. Excellent. So the tile data stuff is working. It's just not for the ceilings. But we can, again, like I said, we can fix that with gen infos. So let's look at that. And a lot of times it is handy to look at how we've done it in Delver, just to get an idea. If I remember right, these should live on the generator, cave info, spawn lights, which are cool, decorations, and then gen infos. And this you can tell it to spawn stuff on certain textures, which can be very helpful. So what we want to do is look at our info.dat on our and this is advanced, the dungeon section advanced. So data, nope, generator, info.dat, and so we have our torch definition, we have a door definition, and we have a gen info, and it says, oh, this is for rocks. But we don't want that. We want to do something like we want to hanging moss, so it needs to be seal text is what I want. So instead of floor text, we use seal text. I think we also need to, pretty sure we need to specify the atlas for that too. Pretty sure. All right, texture atlas. So we need to specify that property too. Which should be example, pretty sure. And I want to change the comment. CI ceiling light. And this is, I think we figured out texture 11. The chance of it spawning is 100%. And cluster count, we don't want to spawn multiple lights, we just want one. And we want to create a light. So the easy way to do that is just to go into the editor and let me just right click, place entity base or entity lights ambient, and let me just right click to JSON. This will give us the minified JSON. Hopefully we'll get this just to emit standardized JSON, because this is a little weird where it's not string quoted and there's no comma separators either, so that's bizarre. I guess it's a GDX specific thing, but we got that copied out. So now down here under the spawn array, we paste in this our light. Cool. So right now there's not a lot of properties on it, so we'll just use the defaults. Let me see. What if we wanted to just change the color? Yep, just add a light color property. So real quick, let's just fix this up. Let's quote this and put a trailing comma. I'm not sure if this dynamic is actually required, but it always admits that. Comma, and then light color. Okay. Yeah. VS Code also supports multi-line editing, which is nice. No, I just want to put a comma there, but I don't need that trailing comma. RGA, I don't need alpha, I just want. Okay. How about red, green, blue, and make these 0.0, 0.0, 1.0. So this should give us our full red light that spawns the 100% chance on the ceiling text of 11. All right. So let's copy this over. Yup. And then let's launch our editor. Cool. Open. Mods, levels, test level, load. And then if I delete the lights, hit play. Nothing. Nothing. Is there errors? No errors. Pretty sure the GenInfo should get called on this. Huh. Let's see what's up. GenInfo, ceiling lights. Oh, it might not do it. It might not do it in. It might not do it in the editor because I think the editor is hard coded to use certain certain GenInfos. But I think I've used it. Let's take a look at file open. If you look at the generator beginnings, I think I created a new beginning. Yeah, and this one, it's not using any lights. So let's fix that. Let's G, in the ceiling, let's have it use our example light texture, and let's flip it so they run like that. I'm going to push them up into the ceiling to make them look more interesting. And maybe select the textures there. Turn off paint and JSON, but I do want the upper wall text to be this one. There we go. Maybe, maybe not. We're just testing out the lights there, so let's add that there. Oh man, and then I thought I fixed the floor in here, but maybe I haven't. Or is this the old one? Let me file. Actually, yeah. I may have lost some. Yikes! I think I may have lost some content for one of my streams. That sucks. Okay, so if you hit play, they shouldn't appear, but if I save it, so file, save, and then if I actually launch desktop, they should pull in the new dungeon section. The Super JFJ says, "Hey Josh, I'm the random dude making the new trailer." Cool. Yeah, so JFJ was nice enough to volunteer to make a trailer for us, so that's really awesome. And I'm liking what he's doing. It's cool. Nope. I always forget you. Unfortunately, I have not updated this, so let me data delete that. Then the new sci-fi area should slot in right after the first level of dungeon. And cool, yeah. So it looks like the gen infos are working, and they are creating these red lights that we told them to. So that's nice. It's the wrong color, but we can certainly verify that they are in fact working. Cool. And let's go ahead and quit. And what we want to do is just steal. I already have my test level has the light color I like, and the light radius and all that good stuff. We'll just set the light properties from that one. So open, go to our test level, and then select one of these, right click to JSON. Let's grab this. Let's copy that. And then let's go to our project. And then in here, let's just replace that with this. And then let's just fix up the JSON. Okay. I'm just going to hit it with the validator real quick, so I have a feeling I goofed something. I did. Yep. So that needs a comma, and this needs to be quoted. And then again, let's try the validator again. Process. Yep. Copy. Paste. All right. And then I can just copy over the data for now, because that's all I'm really changing is just that actually no, I was changing the info file. Let me just make sure to just copy over the whole thing, because it's safer. Okay. Nope, that's not what we want. We want to run the actual. We want to run Delver. See you, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Race play. Oh, Joshua. Let me. With that. There we go. Again, the new system doesn't use the dungeons.dat anymore, but if you do provide it, it will use that, and you'll get a fixed level layout. Whereas the new system will allow the new dungeon areas to be spliced together, which is a little bit more interesting in my opinion. Cool. So. Yeah, of course I overwrote the level. Yeah. Oh, Joshua. Sorry, folks. I've just been having kind of an off day today. I don't really talk about life very much, I guess, but the reason I'm able to get work done during the week is because my son, a couple times a week, goes to an at-home daycare. because we tried a few months ago. We tried having a lady come over and provide in-home daycare, and that just she ended up giving her notice after just 2 weeks. Um, and I found out last night that my current daycare provider just gave her notice as well, which is really tough. So it may mean that my regular Wednesday stream uh, might just end up being it might be going away, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's kind of been weighing heavy on me this morning. Okay, file save. Okay, then for here, let me go back to mods, example mods. Let me just copy this out here and play some Delver. Dakota, I can't do any more calls today. Like I barely have time to stream Delver today, and then I have to go back to, hanging out with my son and doing the parenting stuff. I mean, my time is very. Yeah, there we go. So my time these days is just so. I don't know. It's just so hard to come by. Um, like I'm lucky if I get 4 hours a week in on Delver, and that's just because that's as much free time as I typically have. If I'm not working on Delver, I'm typically watching my son, or spending some actual quality time with my wife. Okay, I think that's working. It seems to be working. Okay, so I think that's working. So let's quit that. And let's also hook up what I wanted to do now is use the tile painter to have the light tiles sometimes be off, which I think will be cool too. So that, I believe, yeah, there we go. So that lives in the section.dat. So if we look over here in our project, in section.dat, there should be, so I might have cleared it out, but let's go back and look at this one. So we have wall painter, floor painter, and ceiling painter. Let me just copy these. And yeah, let's just put it right there. And okay, oof. Weird. Actually, let me try to get these. Again, let's just throw them through the JSON validator. Because I don't trust myself. Let's just copy that, paste it. Okay. I think it's okay to have these just kind of abbreviated as a single line thing. So let me do something like select all these and select, yeah, yep. So select all. I think it's selection, add cursors to line ends, delete. That should clean that up unless I goofed. I think I may have goofed. Oh man. typically the pattern is you see these multiple repetitions because I want a specific percentage. Okay, so we have a wall painter, and I can just kind of copy and paste from here. So Control C. We have a floor painter, Control V, and a ceiling painter, Control V. Okay, so what these do is these tell the engine that whenever you encounter a tile that uses this texture, these are alternatives that you can use for that texture. So if you look at our texture sheet, I want to say that sometimes when you encounter an on light, turn it off. This is 11 and 15 are the tile indices. So on the ceiling, if you encounter tile 11, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's say there is a 2 in 10 chance that it will be off, which I mean, it seems okay. Hey Tony, thanks for stopping by, man. And for the floor painter, I think I wanted to have these two be floor. These can both be floor and ceiling tile textures, and then just have this one have a very small chance of being popped up as well. So that's 11 to 9 to 9 and 10. So let me just copy this. And then for the floor, paste. And this needs to be 9, 9, and there needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And maybe a higher chance, maybe so 10, 10, maybe a 3 in 10 chance that there's one on the floor. And then for the ceiling, maybe make it not as high of a chance. So paste that in there, and just maybe give it a 1 in 10 chance. These are just very, very ballparky. They're just kind of done by feel. What other textures? So these wall textures here I made to be kind of interchangeable. So this is 0 for 8, 12. 8 and 12 can also be switched, and that's on the wall. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then maybe there's a 4 in 10 chance with switching those on the wall. And probably also on the ceiling. I'll keep it the same too. I'm putting these in order, but they don't have to be. I'm just doing it so I could easily find them. So these will be swapped around. I wanted to add this in every once in a while too. This kind of tends to be the typical wall texture, but maybe throw this in on occasion. I don't know. Certainly these two are meant for that. So this is 0, 1, 2. So for the wall, 2. And just give it a 1 in 10 chance of actually dropping that in there. So put this little logo thing in. I think that should be an okay start. That should certainly start giving us some more some more variety as soon as we hit play. So let me, oh pardon me, let me just copy this back over. Yup. I think the editor definitely should honor this. So let's launch the editor and see if it does. Mods, examples, code. So if I hit play, Does not see. Oh, again, because it's. I think it's hard coded to do the dungeon one. Let me just drop it into. Yeah, Chad. It'd be nice to have some way of letting the editor know which painter and gen infos to use. But that might be a big ask. Maybe. I mean, I don't mind popping into the actual game just to verify that they do work. And I think I did. It does get serialized out, so let me just go ahead and erase that and start over. Okay, down we go. This might be working. Yeah, I don't see. So those, I don't see any of the variation there or on the walls. Huh. It doesn't seem to be. Well, maybe those seem to be. Again, sometimes with these procedurally generated elements, it's hard to verify if they're working or not. There's some variation on the ceiling. That's good. I think it's working. I think it is. It's just really subtle. Yeah, the KU-22. This is I'm making an example sci-fi area for Delver. So in March we're planning a big update that incorporates the Steam Workshop, so people can make custom content and people can pull it in pretty darn easily. And so when we launch the workshop feature, we want to have some really cool examples already ready for you to download and play with. So I am making a science fiction themed area. Okay. Okay. So that should be okay. I mean, we could probably play around some more with the gen infos. I also want to do a custom door eventually too. You can play around with that maybe. And this is the torch, which also should be changed up to be. Yeah, so Tony is totally correct. He said it's easier just to, like for example, I could go into here and I could just grab like a totally garish color and then put it on the alternates, right? So I could put a there and there and there. Go file, save as. I'm just going to save it out into advanced textures, example. Save it right there. Yup. Then now launch desktop. Play. Now take care, Guy. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Yeah, so this is definitely doing its thing. This has a pretty high chance of doing that, so it's nice to see that it is doing that. Yep. So the pipes seem to be working really good. Oh yeah, there's a logo it threw up there. They just have such a low chance of spawning that, you know, like all of these blocks here didn't get chosen, but a couple over here did, because they only have like a 1 in 10 chance. So, I mean, 1 in 10 chance doesn't necessarily mean that for every single 10 tiles you will see it, right? And in this case, you know, there's quite a few that didn't get picked. But yeah, so it is definitely working. Cool. Okay. Thanks for that good suggestion, Tony. Oh, and I guess another thing too I could probably do is I think with tile data, do we specify what the, so if you look over here at the tiles.dat, think we might be able to specify if it's actually a maybe not. I was trying to think of a way of specifying this a specific exit. Um, I guess, yeah, it's nice to be able to change the friction if you want to. Yeah, that's all right. Won't worry about it. I'm sure there's a way to do it, and Chad will probably remind me, and I will look foolish, but that's okay. Let's merge that down. What I really want to do quick is just have a an exit texture. That might be too much, but yeah. Oh, so Chad was suggesting green slime liquid. That would be a good thing to do too. Um, I thought Chad, you left. I guess he came back. Yeah. So maybe you can answer my question. Is there a way to specify this as the level up, level down texture for a particular section? And then what I can do is I can just resize this too. And the nice thing is the engine will just roll with it. Because as long as you don't change the width, the tile, if you change the width, you just have to go back in and you have to be careful about the indices and resizing your textures definition. But uh, if you keep the columns the same, then you can just resize it or you can make it longer pretty cheaply. So for image size, canvas size, let's just make the height 256 because why not? Give us ourselves lots of room to breathe. Let me also play around with my grid settings because I think I have too many. Let's just make it one subdivision. There we go. I could certainly add a slime texture. Um, Unfortunately, I don't really have a standard layout for these, so that would have been like in hindsight, that would have been nice to plan ahead to have like wall, ceiling, and then like hazardous stuff, so we could easily swap these out. But unfortunately, that's just a lesson learned. Cool. See you, Chad. Have a good lunch or whatever you're doing, or I guess going back to work. Okay. So I guess the real quick and dirty way to do this is just change the colors on an existing Delver asset, right? Right. So textures, then let's jump into here, and Control C. Yep. Control V, and real quick, just let me try Control V. Let's just try changing the hue to get a green. Control D, and then select. This is super gross, but I can fix it up later. Pull the sat up. I'm going to pull this more towards, I think I'm going to pull these more towards the, this is, now I need to lighten this up a touch so it actually works as AA, and then hue shift it a bit. Then maybe also change the hue shifting on the highlight. Maybe turn the, not the lightness down, but turn the sat down, lightness up. Maybe shift it more towards a yellowy. That works okay. Again, less blue, a little bit more yellow. Maybe blue's okay there. Blue makes it pop nice. Kind of lost some of that contrasty stuff though, but let me play with this. Maybe desat this and darken it a bit. And have this kind of follow suit. I don't know. Let's just call that okay. And I guess I should have also copied over the flowing texture too, because that would have been good. Actually, what I'm going to need to do, no, I should just be able to go from here. Again, this is fast and dirty, and I will probably go back through and change it, but right now it doesn't matter. I just want to get this hooked up and working. So Dakota says the mod I'm making right now is showing things can be done in modding. So specifically, this is showing what can be done when creating a dungeon section. So hopefully, I will be able to touch a little bit of everything in creating this dungeon section. So then for the tiles, now I can create that water, right? So we can actually just look at where I thought I pasted it somewhere. Yeah, here. So it should be the definition for, yeah, there we go. So this is the definition for the lava, but we can fix it. We can make it work for the slime. So tile data, paste that in there. Is water true? The light color, we'll want to play around with it because that's probably, let's just make it green for now. Let's make it half green. Again, make this full green. It does hurt. Damage type. I'm pretty sure that's just the general damage types. Let me look at damage type. Yep, so that can be any of these. So I'll make it poison because that sounds fun. I should do particle text eventually, but what I want is also flow text and edge text would also be good. Man, so this texture needs to be 16? 16. And then the flow text needs to be 17. And I guess I can copy over there's the edge text and flow edge text. Yeah, so they're actually different. They're different things. Like for the case of the lava, this gets applied to the edge of the lava if it's on the floor or if it's flowing on the side here. It gets this highlight because when lava is moving, it's brighter than when it's stationary. So you can specify that. So I'm just going to again lift these. Control C. And these will I guess nicely it will take up an entire row, but that's okay because I mean I guess it's convenient. So we'll just plop that down there, then merge it down, and then I will drag that over, and I'll just make this the highlight color. Okay, so that should cover the slime needs, and then let's continue hooking this up. So the edge text should be 18, and then the flow edge text should be 19. Particle color, again, I can play around with. It's probably going to be something green, so I'll just I'll go full green right now. I guess leaving the ambient lava in is okay. Particle text 24, what does that look like? File, open. If you look at the particles dot ping, what does that do? There's 8 across. So that's 0, 8, 16. So it's probably one of these. It's just it's the red one here for the lava, 24. That's, oh, I can make it 25. That would be the green one, which I guess makes sense. Save. And that should be enough to get us slime, which is pretty cool. Let me copy this over this way to get that new data. Then we fire up the editor, and we should be able to have slime. File open, and mods load. And if I did something like, let me see, grab that floor example and then gooey stuff. Yeah. Oh. But it looks like it's pulling the edge texture from the wrong atlas. That's curious. So that looks like it's something we need to fix, Chad. Yeah, so it's pulling the incorrect trim texture. But yeah, no, but we do have creepy green, which I think is cool. If we pull it up, we get it's not quite correct, but I think I like the direction it's heading. And it hurts, which is good, and it poisons you, which is also the intention, which makes it even worse, right? Real quick, let me see if I can change the code just to make the assumption that you probably want the trim texture pulling from the same atlas as the main text. Or actually, because the way we've defined it in our project is we already know the example is the texture atlas. So let's take a peek. So tile data, and these flow texts. So let's look at the usage of flow texts. So where is get flow texture used? So this should be doing the right thing. Let's debug it and see what's going on. Let's untick that. Continue. Let's open up our, nope. Mods, example, levels, level. Yep. Then let's just make it nice. Okay. For some reason the editor doesn't, wait, there we go. Selected Atlas. Example, that's correct. So step into some of this stuff. Get repeating atlas by index. What's the step out shortcut? Shift F8. So what is this? Get flow texture. Flow text 17, so that should be correct. So the atlas looks like it's example, and the texture looks like it is 17. Waterfall get just a little bit atlas. If tessellator doesn't contain key. Okay, for example, okay, looking okay. So it looks like it. I mean, it looks like it ought to be doing the right thing, but it's not. I guess the real proof in the pudding is whether this shows up in game correctly or if it's an editor only issue. So yeah, so let's edit this into our first map level and then take a peek. So generator example, beginnings 1, load. And then let's just add a big old thing of goo. So the floor is poison. And then let's just pull this down. And for fun, we can maybe put some little props here, so we're not gonna. There we go. Okay. I mean, going into play mode should exercise the same code path. Should, but Okay, so let's file save and stop that, and then yeah, that should be in our working mod directory, so let's just run desktop. I think this is Javier. Hey, thanks for stopping by the stream. Yeah, we are adding. So we're talking about different properties of tiles that you can do for the sections, and one of them is the tile data. Data. Whoa! And I managed to put it on the wrong side. Yeah, it's still pulling the incorrect trim texture, which is good to know. Even though it's inconvenient, it's nice to know that is broken, and we can get it fixed before we give it to you folks. Cool. Yeah. So now I think I almost really I feel compelled to make like some sort of grate you can put over these things to walk over them. Yeah, no, I think the green goo works really nice. It's nice and tropey. So, wow, I guess I got a half an hour left. Let me take a quick break, and then we'll get back to making guns if that's what people want, or we can keep working on the level stuff. So I guess the chat can tell me what they think, and I will just kind of take a little poll as to what they want to see me work on. All right, so vote. Tell me what you want. All right, I am back. So it looks like chat does want me to work on the guns, which is cool. Um, let me real quick. Let me go ahead and commit the changes I've made to um, the sci-fi dungeon stuff. So getting rid of the dungeons.dat, we are adding some tile data, which is cool. There's no new line at the end of the tiles. Let's just go ahead and add one of those. Beginning, yeah, this is serialized out by the editor, so I'm not going to bother with adding a new line there. It's info.dat. Yeah, let's do that. Does section of that have one? Nope. Cool. Yep, this is all looking all right. And adding the goo is cool. So let's just adding slime to example section. Let's commit that. Oh crap! Crap! Let's undo that. Let's make sure I have everything selected and adding slime to example section. There we go. Commit and sync. Let me see. Let me flip over to the master branch. So it looks like chat wants throwable grenades. I mean, the potions already do that, so that should be pretty easy to do. Let's delete that, and then let's copy in guns, and let me see if I just run the editor. Yep. I know how to do that. Open mods, guns, level, shooting range. Woo. Again, for folks who haven't seen this, this is the firearms code we have in Delver. Effectively, the firearms are a subclass of the wands that just use ammo, and they use a hit scan versus a projectile-based attack. There we go. So I think should just be able to kind of place a potion. I think place entity basic. This isn't 100% generator. This doesn't have all the entities you can place. Let's see. But what I can do, let's just. I think what we can do. Let's just put a potion in our example here, right? So we have the guns and we have the data, and then for the data, the entities.dat. Let's just create a new entity. Not quite sure. I think the class should be. Let's look at. There's two. So I'm suspecting it is potion. So let's copy that namespace. Grenade. And then the class is that. I'm going to quote it. And what properties does it have? Potion type. I think we should build it. Let's just try to see if we can get away with just the potion. Just that. See if it needs anything more than that. So, copy. Yep. Then if we go to the editor, so right click, entity, example guns, grenade. That places a potion. Okay, so that still is just a potion though. I thought we also had it's a bomb entity. I'm not sure where it's actually used. If it's it looks like it's an entity and not an item. Yeah, this might be used when the potion blows up, I think. Yeah, so the potion becomes a returns a bomb. Yep, 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 yep. What else? Because the properties, again, the properties on this thing, entity, I'm wondering if I could null out this potion type. So let me try that and see if it likes it or not. So over here, add a new property. Yep. So I think what I'm trying to do in my mind is to make a potion that you can't drink, but you have to throw, which is basically what the grenade would be. Oh. So it looks like it did not like that. Yeah, so that threw. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. So it looks like you can't do it other than just using potions right now. You can you can create a thing of type bomb, but it should explode immediately. If you instantiate a bomb, I think yeah, that's not really an item. It's just an entity that explodes. Yeah. Dakota says, "How hard is it to keep up with GitHub?" Do you mean the company? What do you mean? Let's close, close, close. Let's open. Okay. Okay. File open. Nope. Don't want to open. Nope. I don't want to browse bridge. Oh, damn it. Come on. File open. Example mods. Guns. Guns.ping. Sweet. I mean, it's just so as far as like checking stuff in and doing like item tracking. I mean, it's just part of your daily workflow. Yeah, I think most engineers are used to the whole like software design practice of like when you check in code, you need to make sure that the issues that are related to it are linked and either signed off, stuff like that. I didn't mean to install that. Thanks, Adobe. See, Tony was saying something like making a BFG, which I think you can kind of do that with a wand. I think you can hack a wand into doing that. So um, let's take a look at that. Data items. Yeah. Yep. So I'm just going to copy the magic missile wand. And then play around with some of its properties. So let me just clean up the JSON real quick. Let me select all the commas, put a return after them. Let me select all the colons, and let me, okay, let me select all of these, and then quote the strings. Where's it? There we go. And then select all of the namespaces, do that. That should get me a good chunk of the way there. Let me select all. Let me run it through the JSON validator. Fix my errors. Yup. So what else should be double quoted? Theme mode is line. Okay. Duplicate key, cast sound. Interesting. Interesting. Process. String should be wrapped in double quotes. Type damage, type magic. There we go. Out of curiosity, what is the tab in IntelliJ? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, let me just standardize that. Let me flip that over here to 4 space tabs. Process. Copy. And go to project. And we're going to say this is Tony's BFG, which is a wand. Again, I'll throw this whole thing through the JSON processor. Okay, what did I mess up? Oh, trailing comma. Process. Cool. Copy. Delete and paste and save. Okay. So what this should be is this should just be a, like if I go to the editor now, we should be able to create one of these. It should just be a normal missile wand. File open. Nope. Oh. Then if we right click entity, up, up. I think it's not there. So oh, did I not? I didn't copy it over, of course. Yep, there we go. Because I know I just validated the JSON, so it shouldn't be complaining about that. I mean, to simulate the BFG, I'm just going to make it have a really big explosion is all I'm really going to do. There's nothing really crazy, like I can't really make it hit everything, but if I make the explosion big enough, it will. So load, and then we can right-click entity, example guns, BFG, which is this should just be our vanilla missile wand. But we can play with some of the properties here. Let me see. I'm trying to think if they might not actually be surfaced as so auto fire. Yeah, auto fire is not an editor property. Interesting. Let me fix that. Cool. Let me stop and fire up the editor again. Somebody got bored. Somebody also. Oh man. Hmm. Okay. So there should be an auto fire property here I just enabled or disabled. Unique name, charge speed. Yeah, I can go. Let me just worry about it here in the here. So under the wand, it should just have a auto fire property, which should be false. Yep. So let's make this false and get rid of the duplicate property. What else? You play around with this explosion, right? So so I can make the splash radius just like really crazy big, right? So like 10. Explosion lifetime, particle count, impulse distance. So make that like 5. Impulse amount, make that like 5. But let's just see how bad this breaks the world. So Javier says I placed it in the wrong property. Did I? Yeah, he is absolutely right. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Actually, maybe I should, so it's easier to edit in the editor. But right now, just going forward with the BFG craziness. So entity, example guns, BFG. This really should just make a crazy wand, if I'm thinking right. Oh, well not. Did I break the explosion on that? Did I not copy over the data? Oh wait. And then nope. There we go. Nice. There we are. So now, yep, there's our auto fire. It's false, which is cool. Explosion doesn't seem to be working. Kinda. Sure, it is. I guess it is kind of. Maybe it's not as pronounced as I thought it might be. Weird. Let me take a look. So impulse amount. Just crank these up crazy. Light mod. Okay. Splash radius. Okay. If not, I'll just I only have a few more minutes, so I'll actually probably just play some Delver after this. Yeah, that bumps them around quite a bit. Well, a little. I guess it gets them all. Is also knocking me back. Weird. So if I change the damage on that, will that matter? Doesn't really seem to. It's interesting that it is knocking me around no matter where. I think I changed the fall off to be the fall off isn't linear. The fall off is exponential. So you have to be pretty yeah, even pretty close. You still doesn't do a lot. Maybe it's capped. Oh well. That was a silly aside. Let me think. Yeah, let's just play some Delver. Let's just discard those changes. Let's uninstall that mod. Yeah, let's just play some vanilla Delver. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please ask and let me know. Okay. Down we go. Now, even though this build does have the improved durability, I really don't break open crates because it's rarely worth it. Like they very seldom actually drop items, so I'm just not going to worry about breaking them. This guy has a lot of health. Okay, there we go. Get some bread, and wow, that was a fast level. Sure, let's go down. Health. There we go. Could have stolen a candle at the beginning. Stun him and take him out. There we go. There we are. Yeah, this is a suitable replacement. Good. There we go. That door put up a poor fight. Okay, how about defense? was hoping this would be the level down room, but it was not. Oh well. Ooh, that's worthwhile though. And I just threw my mace again. Let's see. So, yeah, so the BFG didn't turn out exactly like a BFG. You have to remember, like, the engine is fairly limited. Like, if I played around with it, I probably could get it to have a better, bigger explosion. I don't know, I'm just not sure if it was really worthwhile messing with it on the stream. Just play a little bit of Delver. So, Joshua, can you make it so the enemies can block your attack with a shield? No. Javier says, the bonfire... Yeah, the bonfire needs a flame. Maybe a hidden torch at the floor. Actually, there is just a fire entity nowadays. That's why you see in the ruins areas. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I like the fact that it is pretty... Ooh, lucky dagger. Pretty sedate. Though I can rig up a prefab that maybe there's a small chance that it will be blazing, but for the most part it will be low. That could be alright. Worn spiked mace of force. No thanks. Ooh, unidentified skullcap. And a potion. Take the potion, leave the skullcap. And here's the first interstitial area. It has a shopkeeper. And I can't buy anything because I don't have much money. And the money you earn ramps up quite a bit the lower you go. And also, I don't really play out the levels to completion either. I just kind of right now I'm just kind of diving as fast as I can go. Okay. Right. Okay, so that's a potion of healing, and I have a couple of those. That's good to know. I figure since I had 3 of them on hand, I might as well drink one to see what it does. Especially in an area where there aren't any enemies, it was probably okay bet. Just spider. At least, I think last update we made changes so that fast-moving things kick up dust, which I think does help help kind of ID spiders fairly quick. And I'm on fire. Crap. I missed him. And I'm poisoned and on fire. Bread will fix me. Ouch. Get back. Both of yous. Oh, there we go. That's handy. Ooh, and a bow. No arrows yet, but I'll hang on to it. Ooh, this could be the area down. I missed. Crap. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Ha! Ah! And this is not the level down. There's a potion here, though. Time to backtrack a little bit. And it looks like so what's What's the funniest thing I've encountered? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's always the little situations where stuff unexpectedly happens. I think one time I was demoing it to somebody. It was their first time playing ever, and they opened a door to a room, and on the other side of the door was just a guy who was on fire that he died, and that was an interesting little moment for them. Not that we spawned him on fire. It just so happened that he ran into a trap that set him on fire, and they happened to open the doors a short moment after he uh, had done that. And again, it is challenging to design these systems that do make these funny little moments happen. Which way to go? This way. All right, I think when I hit the end, I will go ahead and sign off because I need to go pick up my son here in a little bit. That another bow. That'll be the wand will be handy though. That was also not the end. I guess go north from here. Tough little path. Speed might be nice. Crap. And here we are, level down. Okay. I'm just about to head out, Tony. I've been streaming for a couple hours, and I think it's been a okay stream. It's been decently productive. Got some good stuff headway made on the sci-fi area, which I'm pretty excited about. That has been committed out to the repo, so it's out on the Delver example mod repo. So if you're interested in that, I will link out the URL again. But it's github.com/Joshua Skelly/Delver-example-mods. Let me think what else. So yeah, a big thank you to everybody who supports me, both financially by buying the game and by hanging out on the stream. I certainly appreciate that. I think you can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Skelly. You can follow me here on Twitch. You can follow Delver at DelverGame on Twitter. We have a Facebook page if Facebook is your thing. We got a page for you. It's facebook.com/DelverGameOfficial because there are unofficial pages out there. Boom, that should be the link for that. And yeah, thanks everybody. I guess I will see you this coming Sunday with my regularly scheduled stream. So have a good few days, everybody.